cherry person.
I'm a blue raspberry person.
For
Thank you very
real.
much.
My favorite color is red, but I swear. Cherry always blueberry. No, for real. Like
Cherry
anything
tastes
cherry.
like cough medicine.
For real. And anything grape, I just eat those grape chewies. I don't know. Die to eat grapes.
What?
Well, if you guys, I had meds when I was younger, and I would just always take them with the grape chewy. Yeah. I hated those. Because that was the only medicine that they had.
What do you mean?
What's a grape chewy? Like the grape medicine capsule things.
I've never heard of them.
You know, like Tony the Tiger says, like, it's grape.
What do you mean?
Oh, you mean the Tylenol?
Wow.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I hate those. For real. The only reason why.
All right, bringing it back now, y'all. On the 1.83 with the Repitend, trying to get as close as we can, but I don't know if we can get like 100% to it. Ooh, wait a minute. 55 or 30, 165 or 90, 165. Are you guys working together secretly? 11 over 6. Well, I mean, if it's close. So it converted into scientific notation. That feels annoying. Like, not the person who did this, but this feels like it's annoying to type. 1 and 5, so 165 over. Now, wait a minute. Those of you that typed 165 over 90, did you move forward and then come backwards?
And he was on the next slide, so.
Alright.
I looked up and Nick was on that slide, and I just looked at the screen and copied it. I looked it up like my second time.
So, on our graph paper, have I run out? No, I'm still good. On our graph paper, it's funny when my dot camera still has the little clip from beforehand. Get out of con, we're taking notes now. Please don't make me like lock down your computers through Dino, that's really annoying. We can, just none of us really ever do it much. So, irrational numbers such as 1.83 with the Repitend. Okay, so a lot of you guys ended up at 165 over 90, which apparently is exactly what May got. But I want to know how you, like, how? Now, if you went forward and then went backwards, that's okay. Like, that's fine to admit. But if you figured out that fraction somehow on your own, I want to know how. I'm curious, Akon. Yours wasn't the 165 over 90, though. Yours was the 183.
No, mine was like 11 over 6.
Oh, okay. You were laughing a lot, so I assumed it was yours. Sorry, we were anonymized. I didn't know who was who. All right, so you got to 11 over 6. Why'd you choose 11 over 6?
Well, I saw...
And did it give you the check mark or not quite?
Yeah, it gave me the check mark.
Okay.
So I got 11 over 6 because I tried 5 over 3, and I tried 5 over 3, and it was too little. I tried 6 over 3. I tried 6 over 3, it was too much. So I just went in the middle, 11 over 6. And I got it.
So, we'll investigate that in a moment of what was 11 over 6 actually, how close is it to this, did it let you round a tiny bit, or were you precisely there? Because 1.83 with the Repitend really means 1.8, like the 8 only happens once, but then the 3 happens forever? So, we have 1... And we have, what would we call this 0.8? What's the right way to say that? 8/10. And then, what would be the right way to say this? It's not 3/10. 3/100ths, right? Because tenths place, hundredths place. So 3/100ths. What's the next one? 3,000ths. So I feel like that's where the one answer came from, where they had like this over like a billion or over like a trillion. Because this is going to keep going on until we have 3 over infinity? Question mark? So how the heck do we represent repeating decimals as fractions? Well, May has a strategy here that if we don't try, hey guys, if you're working on your computer, I know you're not doing what you're supposed to because I have our activity paused. We're going to write down May's strategy to see if we can make sense of what she did. So let's take a moment and just step by step copy what she did. So we're going to let quote unquote X, just so we can do some algebra, be 1.83 repeating. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to change colors just because my notes, I like colorful notes. So if X equals 1.83 repeating, the weird thing about this is the repeating doesn't start till the second decimal place. Because actually, guys, if you want to make a note off to the side, if this was just 1.3 repeating, guys, we know what 0.3 repeating is. Hey, Simon, I can 100% tell that you are not paying attention. This is what is 0.3 repeating? What is that fraction? It's a third, which really comes from, it's 1 3/9. Because if you set up a long division and try to divide by 9, you'll get stuck dividing forever. Okay, but crap, so the 3's not in the 10th place, though. The 3's in the 100th place. So May says, well, let's fix that. Let's get the 3 in the 10th place. Let's do times 10 on both sides. And honestly, don't use the X. I don't know why I did that. So we're doing times 10 on both sides. So what everyone should be writing is the work to go with times 10 on both sides. Do I need to individually invite you to pick up your pencil? I hope not. So when we multiply by 10 on both sides, bumps that decimal, and now we have 18.3 repeating. So now all of my decimal is repeating. Right, so there's no, like, the 8, we knew exactly what it was, but the 0.3 forever was kind of giving us an issue. So now we just have 0.3 forever, right, in the decimal parts. But we don't like the fact that we're working with a repeating decimal because it's kind of a pain in the butt. So what could we do to get rid of that repeating decimal? Take away a repeating decimal. So check out what May does. If we subtract X, all these 0.3 repeatings are gone. Like this 3. So guys, here's where I wanted to stop and look at what May did. We could write out like as many 3's as we want and then put the repeating bar on the final 3. So you can write as many 3's as you want. We normally just put the bar over the final one. So if we want, we could write a couple more 3's, and I meant to, but I'm writing in pen. So if you're writing in pencil, you could erase this and put it over the last one. If we subtract X, quote unquote, which is 1.83 repeating, all of these other repeating 3's are getting subtracted away. 18 minus 1, 17. But 0.3 minus 0.8, ooh, we got to borrow, right? Because 0.3 minus 0.8. So that's how May ends up at, well, what's 10x minus x? 9x. We should all be writing this. You'll be asked next year to actually, like, be able to explain this proof. Well, I mean, you could be. I can't guarantee what's actually going to happen. So when we subtract this, this fixes the fact that we have a repeating decimal. And May got 16.5, which if we check the math, we get 16.5. Now, we've done a lot of algebra. If I have 9x and I just want a single x, what do? I'm going to divide by 9 on both sides. But the nicer way to write division is like as a fraction, right? So now we can say x, well, 16.5 over 9. But we don't love that because that's what we call a complex fraction. So we don't want this decimal inside the fraction. It's just kind of messy. So what could I do to fix this and make it not a decimal number? Multiply by 10. So if I do times 10 on top, times 10 on bottom, now here's really the nitty gritty. And guys, I know some of you are choosing not to write this down. That's a choice you're making, and I can't force you to learn anything in like 5 days. It's up to you whether you decide, like, if you see a question like this on the test, if you decide, oh, screw it, I didn't learn this, I'm going to get this wrong. Like, that's okay. I'm not, like, being facetious. But if you want to try to do as best as possible, I'm trying to squeeze in everything you might see. Here's really the like, grind or whatever you want to say. Any division, well, okay, that isn't like dividing by itself. So we can put any division in like quotations. Any division that doesn't come out perfect. Anyone know what denominators make repeating decimals? Not 8, actually.
Prime numbers.
Not all prime numbers. This is not a prime number thing. These numbers are prime numbers, but this doesn't work with all prime numbers. Simon? So 3 is actually a derivative. I almost wrote 3. So guys, obviously like 18 divided by 9 will not repeat. But take a moment to play with dividing by 9. We did this at the beginning of the year, but that was a long time ago. So if you grab a calculator and do like 5 divided by 9, 8 divided by 9, 6 divided by 9, 2 divided by 9. Remember, don't trust your calculator. It's a liar. 4 divided by 9, 3 divided by 9, 12 divided by 9. Can we make a general rule? So if we go back to the numbers less than 9, 2 divided by 9, 3 divided by 9, 4 divided by 9, 5 divided by 9. Can we make a rule? It repeats the numerator. So if we have x divided by 9, that's 0.x forever. Now what about division by 11? Play with that for a moment. See if you can figure it out on your own. I want to see whose brain is turned on today. This one's a bit funkier, so I want to see if we can figure it out. If we had like z, I'm going to change it from being x just because I already used x, z divided by 11. Two divided by 11. 3 divided by 11. 4 divided by 11. 5 divided by 11. 6 divided by 11. Well, yeah, it's getting bigger because I'm making my numerator bigger, but can you spot a pattern? Can you figure out what patterns at Mick? You had your hand up.
It just repeats the number 10 times.
What we do is take z times 9, and that will be what repeats, which is going to be 2 digits unless it's 1 divided by 11. But wait a minute, it's still 2 digits! So it's always, I should not have put that comma there. It's always those 2 digits that then just keep repeating each other. So for example, 3 divided by 11, what's 3 times 9? 27, 27 goes on forever. So guys, what May did in our activity, this is really division by 9. It's really a division by 9. Any divisions by 9. Now this is kind of a gross division by 9, but divisions by 9 create repetition. And if you don't believe me, set up the long division and test it out. All right, I will unpause you. Let's see how far we can get. I don't want to switch over to con quite yet. Yeah, Alex?
Instead of doing all those tests, can you just take the original number and just multiply it by 9 instead?
Then you'd have 9. I mean, you could try. Like, when you ask me these questions, you realize you could try it on your own. We're getting to that point in math where teachers are going to say, I don't know, try it. Yeah, so when we get here, I want to see if we can figure out the trick for doing this. 0.31 repeated. So again, only the 1 repeats. But I want it to start in the second decimal place. Guys, what you could do here is play with like, all right, I know 1 divided by 9 will start repeating in the first decimal place. Anyone have a guess of how I could make the 1 start repeating in the second decimal place? Mick, you beat.
0.9.
What do you mean 0.9? Like 1 divided by 0.9? That's a complex fraction. There's a better one. That didn't work either. It went the wrong way. Owen? Wait, hold on. Wait, does this always work? Oh, well, until my calculator just gets mad and switches to scientific notation. Guys, look up here. I'm going to clear out to show it again. 1 divided by 9, we agreed, is going to make 0.1 repeating. But if I do 1 divided by 90, it starts the 1 in the second place. So wait, 0.31. I think I drug this somewhere where I can't find it. 0.3 with the 1 repeating. Let's put this on our paper. 0.3 with just the 1 repeating. What did we say the 0.3 is? If we say it right. 3/10. And what did we just say we can do to get that 0.1 to start repeating in the second? Yeah, we said 1 over 90. What is 3/10 if I try to make it into 90ths? 27 over 90 plus 1 more over 90. So try 28 90ths. Oh, hey, look. We got it. So guys, you'll have a calculator for both days of the test, but you very well may be asked to do things that you're not like quite certain how to do. Use your calculator to play with the numbers. Because you very well might have a question that is, here's a repeating decimal. Click which fraction is like the fraction form of the repeating decimal. Use your calculator to play with things, right? Or take the answers they give you, try them out, plug them into your calculator. We're going to do the practice test tomorrow, right? So that we can look at exactly what sort of stuff was on the test last year and get comfortable with it. At this point, you can spend the final 12 minutes, 12 minutes on Khan Academy, but I also need to recognize the winners from last week. So from this class, once I find my papers, prize bin, which I need to really go try to get some more prizes, but we're almost at the end of the school year. We have got 2 winners from this class. Our time winner with over 2 hours working in the week, which apparently you guys didn't actually have to put that much time into things, because this person in this class was the most amount of minutes for the week with 131 minutes. Ada, come on up and get a prize, and also the candy is an option if you don't want any of the other prize stuff. And with most amount of skills, with 39 skills leveled up is Owen. Come on up, man. Yeah, really. And then, sorry, 3B beat you guys last week. Ada taking the wristwatch calculator. Now, you cannot have that during the state test. Even though it's not smart, even though you're allowed to have a calculator, just don't freak anyone out. Like, you probably would be allowed to have it, just don't. So, Ada, I can now tell Gail, the bus driver, that... I don't know if anyone's actually been in here in the morning session. This is a bus driver that stops in every morning to use the restroom because they've been driving for like an hour. She's the one who actually gave that to me because she's like, hey, do you give your kids like prizes? I'm like, yeah, like as much as I can. She was like, here, give this to a kid. So now I can let Gail know that you took the wristwatch calculator. Do not ask me how to work it. I have no idea how to work it.
Wait, what bus does she drive?
In elementary, I think. Because I think she's done her first elementary route, and then she stops by here, and then she goes and does the second elementary route. So yeah, amazingly enough, Math 7 1A is now at 80% of Ring 6. Now, you're not competing with them. You're competing with 3B, who inched you out last week by having 65% of Ring 6,
Isn't like 40 still?
when we only had 38% of Ring 6. Do you think we will fill Ring 6?
Yeah!
Yeah.
All right, let's
There's
see.
No way we don't.
What do you mean there's no way?
She was leveled up so many skills.
Those counted from last week. But I also think you're going to fill Ring 6.
Yeah!
All right, so make your guess, though. Are we going to stop in Ring 7, Ring 8, Ring 9, Ring 10? I wanna...
22.
Lindy Abbott and Miss, please come to the Perry office.
All right, Ring 7.
I don't like saying it more than 50%.
Oh, we just looked like
Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys did a bunch of work last week, but not that much over the weekend. We'll check again in a few minutes. We're in here till 36. Then we're going to war. 36, then we're going to war. I think we're just going to advisory war again, doing the whole liquor master thing. I'll double check with the other people. You had 2 in your backpack. Why were they in this paper's floor? I'll give you 1 piece of candy for those 2 calculators in the box up on my desk so I can keep better track of them. Hey, you guys should try to convince your parents to order pizza tonight. Pizza Primo on High Street is donating 10% of all sales. 10%. You don't even have to say Phoenix.
I'm going to
10% of all sales.
Of all sales to what school?
To us. To Phoenix. So the more pizza people order tonight, the better it is for us. Because it's a dime to donate. Restaurants do this. They get a kickback to make donations. Because they like us. Yeah, exactly. It's a mutually beneficial thing. Would I be getting pizza from Remo if that wasn't going on? No, I'd probably get pizza from somewhere else, but...
I don't think we actually have to do that. And if we do this,
You like the same part? I like cheese. Oh my god, it's so fun. It's not stale. It's not boring. It's not dead. That's such
I know it. They added one. Hey.
We did have that one. Well, we did.
Never have to skip one. It's just mouse this randomly every year.
Says someone named.
What? Oh, it's saving to my computer. That's not good.